You have been learning English for years. You have studied the grammar rules. You have read the textbooks. You have practiced the exercises. And you are pretty confident in your English until someone points out a mistake you did not even know you were making. And the worst part? It is not a beginner mistake. It is something subtle. Something that even advanced learners get wrong every single day. Today we are covering the most common grammar mistakes that even confident, advanced English learners make, the ones that slip through unnoticed, the ones that no one ever corrected, and the ones that are quietly making your English less polished than it could be. Let us fix them, one by one. The first mistake involves the words that learners constantly mix up, since and for. Both are used with the present perfect tense to talk about time, but they are used differently. For is used with a duration, a length of time. I have been learning English for 5 years. She has worked here for 3 months. Since is used with a specific point in time, a moment when something started. I have been learning English since 2019. She has worked here since January. The mistake most learners make is using since with a duration. I have been waiting since 2 hours. This is wrong. The correct version is, I have been waiting for 2 hours. Simple rule for goes with a duration. Since goes with a moment. Keep that distinction clear and you will never mix them up again. This one seems basic, but advanced learners still slip up on it in fast speech and writing. Much is used with uncountable nouns, things you cannot count individually. How much water do you need? There is not much time left. Many is used with countable nouns, things you can count. How many bottles of water do you need? There are not many people here. The mistake happens most often with words that feel like they could go either way. I don't have much informations. Information is uncountable, and it has no plural form in English. It is never informations. I don't have much information. Correct. Other uncountable nouns that learners often wrongly pluralize: advice, news, furniture, luggage, progress, research. You never say advices or newses or furnitures. These words have no plural. They are always singular and always take much, never many. This is one of the most widespread mistakes among learners from many different language backgrounds. The mistake, I agree with you. The correct version, I agree with you. Agree is a verb in English. You do not need am before it. You would not say I am think or I. Am want. The same rule applies to agree. Similar mistakes in the same pattern. I am think you are right. I think you are right. Correct. She is know the answer. She knows the answer. Correct. These errors come from languages where the verb to be is used more broadly. In English, simple present verbs stand alone. They do not need am, is, or are in front of them. The present perfect tense is one of the most misunderstood tenses in English. Even for advanced learners, the mistake usually sounds like this: I have seen him yesterday. Wrong. I saw him yesterday. Correct. Here is the rule. The present perfect has plus past participle is used when there is no specific time mentioned, or when the action is connected to the present in some way. I have seen that movie. No specific time, just the experience. She has already eaten. Recent action with present relevance. But the moment you add a specific past time, yesterday, last week, in 2020, this morning, you must switch to simple past. I saw him yesterday. She ate this morning. We visited London last year. The trigger word for simple past is any specific time reference in the past. The moment that word appears, present perfect is gone. Make and do are two of the most commonly confused verbs in English, and even advanced learners get them wrong. The general rule: do is used for activities, tasks, and general actions, especially when the action itself is the focus. Do your homework, do the dishes, do exercise. Make is used when you are producing, creating, or causing something, a result or an object. Make a decision, make a mistake, make dinner. The problem is that English is not perfectly consistent here, and many expressions simply have to be memorized. You make a phone call, not do a phone call. You do your best, not make your best. You make an effort, not do an effort. You do research, not make research. The best approach is to learn these as fixed phrases rather than trying to apply a rigid rule to every situation. Articles are one of the hardest parts of English for speakers whose native languages do not have them, and mistakes here persist even at very advanced levels. The basic rules: a and an are used with singular countable nouns when mentioned for the first time or when it is not. Specific: I saw a dog in the park. Any dog. First mention: the is used when the noun is specific or has already been mentioned. The dog was very friendly. The same dog we already know about. Now the common mistakes: she is best student in the class. Wrong. She is the best student in the class. Correct. Superlatives always take the I have headache. Wrong. I have a headache. Correct. He is honest man. Wrong. He is an honest man. Correct. And remember, an is used before words that begin with a vowel sound, not just a vowel letter. An hour, because our starts with a vowel sound. A university, because university starts with a U sound, a consonant sound. This is a mistake that even educated native speakers make, so do not feel bad if you get it wrong. Few is used with countable nouns. There are fewer students in the class this year. I made fewer mistakes on this test. Less is used with uncountable nouns. There is less water in the bottle. I have less time today. The common mistake: there are less people here today. Wrong. People are countable. There are fewer people here today. Correct. A quick trick: if you can count it, use fewer. If you cannot count it, use less. Adverb placement is something that textbooks often oversimplify, and the result is that learners put adverbs in the wrong position constantly. The most common mistake is placing the adverb between the verb and its object. She eats always her breakfast at 7. Wrong. She always eats her breakfast at 7. Correct. Frequency adverbs: always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely. Never go before the main verb but after the verb to be. He is always late. After is. He always arrives late. Before arrives. Another common placement error: I like very much English. Wrong. I like English very much. Correct. The adverb very much goes at the end, after the object, not between the verb and the object. Adverb placement takes practice, but once you know the rules, you will start catching your own mistakes automatically. Wish is a word that learners use incorrectly in a very specific way. The mistake: I wish I can speak English perfectly. Wrong. After wish, when talking about something you want but do not have, you use the past tense even. though you're talking about the present or future. I wish I could speak English perfectly. Correct. I wish I had more time. Correct. I wish you were here. Correct. This is called the subjunctive mood, and it always uses past tense forms after wish when talking about unreal or hypothetical situations. It feels strange at first, but once you understand the pattern, it becomes natural. Quickly. The final mistake is very common among speakers of languages, where subject pronouns can be dropped, like Spanish, Arabic, Urdu, and many others. In those languages, you might say the equivalent of "is raining outside," because the verb itself tells you who or what the subject is. But in English, the subject pronoun is always required. It is raining outside. Correct. It is getting late. Correct. There is a problem. Correct. You cannot drop it or they're in English the way you might drop a subject in other languages. Other examples of this mistake is very hot today. Wrong. It is very hot today. Correct. Was a good movie. Wrong. It was a good movie. Correct. In English, every sentence needs a subject. Always. So, there you have it, 10 grammar mistakes that even advanced English learners make every single day. And here is the most important thing I want you to take away from this. Making mistakes does not mean you are bad at English. It means you are human. Every single person who speaks English fluently today, native speaker or not, has made every single one of these mistakes at some point. The difference between a good English speaker and a great one is not perfection. It is awareness. Now that you are aware of these 10 patterns, you will start catching them in your own speech and writing. And every time you catch one and correct it, your English gets a little more polished, a little more natural, a little more powerful. Keep going, keep practicing, and keep making mistakes, because every mistake is just a lesson in disguise. Subscribe to English Out Loud for more honest practical English content every single week. See you in the next one.